and gentlemen, just as yesterday, I must inquire to you all, what is your favorite snack?
I'm going to give you the
Do you
same
like-
answer.
This is the bit.
This is the bit. We all needed to say what our favorite snack is.
Oh,
What is your
Your
favorite
mom?
snack?
oh,
Yo.
this is gonna take me a minute to think about.
Wait a minute,
I
they're
love
playing the warm-up.
food.
Maybe I should switch the gameplay.
Switch the game.
Dude.
It's production.
Yo, actually, let's look at the team intro for a little bit longer. So, yeah, about the snacks.
Okay, about
you
the
saying about the
snacks.
snacks?
What is your favorite snack?
You talking just like
Come
go
on, you
to, like you're
chatters.
hungry, go to.
Yeah, or just like not necessarily your go-to, but the thing that you'll enjoy the most.
I'm sorry for your ears.
My all-time craving is hot Cheeto Puffs. I am a whore for hot Cheeto Puffs. They're so good and so unhealthy. I'm gonna die in the microwave at 30, which is 9 years away. Am I right?
Oof.
What do you mean? Ooh.
Hot Cheeto Puffs. Mouse and Atara, may I have your responses? And for those of you in the chat, you can feel free to put your response in there as well, or just hold on to it as a thought in your head,
There's no stream ping. Oh my
whichever you
goodness.
like.
Wait, can I do it?
All right, so
Oh man.
the gameplay was here all along, right, guys? I didn't forget to start my attorney client.
Oh,
Yeah, I was here the
it
whole
just
time.
come up.
Mouse, Atara, your responses. If I
Oh,
may.
my fault. I'm
Go
going with the
Atara.
sour cream and cheddar ruffles again, because it's fire.
Are we just talking
Mouse.
about like chip?
Any snack, any type of snack.
Man, I don't really snack.
But if you just
I
had
just-
to
But you
grab
love to
something, if
eat.
you're not
I
if
eat
you're not
meat.
hungry enough for a full meal, but you just got to grab something.
I'm not hungry enough for a full meal. A banana, for sure.
Okay,
A banana, healthy choice.
respect it.
I think as same as yesterday's teams also have their answers, and they are displaying them very proudly. The name, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RTT7 Grand Finals Bracket Reset. Once
Okay.
again, we're bringing you the Xiaolongbao enjoyers against the Dino Nuggies. Not Dino Nuggies, the enjoyers, but the actual Dino Nuggies that you would cook and steam and eat.
Yes,
That what
They
Steam.
XLB
are
stands
the
for?
Dino Nuggies.
they are hoping they will not
Yes.
be cooked.
Yeah, is that what that's
In this
what
match.
XLB stands for?
Yesterday we saw the XLB enjoyers do a little bit of the cooking, get the steamer out, you know, put the water in the bottom part, put the Dino Nuggies in the top part, and turn up the heat.
Who steams Dino Nuggies?
You can steam
Steam's
them.
Dino. That
No, you put them
feels
in
like
the oven.
illegal.
Or like the microwave.
I don't know if
You
I
steam
don't-
them?
I feel like I've always had them steamed, and
I
that
feel like
probably
that's
like
so-
cooks them better because microwave is, you know, it's a microwave.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if
most of
that's
the time
like
it's like
illegal or
oven,
just like super
I-
Asian.
that's
Shouldn't get
probably an
racist here,
Asian
but-
thing.
It's probably a very Asian thing.
Okay, but I'm Asian
Yeah.
and I don't do that. I'm a normal
I think my
person.
mom-
Maybe
I think
maybe
my-
you're
I
just
think
like
my
less
household did
Asian
that.
than Bless is.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm white as shit, bro.
Alright, anyways, Bless, you never answered your own question. What is your favorite snack?
That's true. I think I have to say it's those, you know, those Japanese rice crackers that are like wrapped in seaweed.
Never heard of that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, they're fire. I had them ever since I was a little kid. And they're so good.
We pull up a pic.
What is
Yeah,
your
I can-
favorite food? Sorry, I missed it.
Hold on.
I mean, who's doing stats at the same time?
Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, I've never seen this in my life.
Images here. This. Copy image, and I'll put it in Streamcast for you guys.
Oh, what is happening right now?
I've never seen those before in my life.
Oh.
They are delicious.
What is it like? What's on the inside?
It's just a rice cracker, and it's wrapped in a seaweed.
Oh, is it like sweet?
No, it's savory.
Oh.
I've
Like
always
is-
liked savory snacks since I was a kid.
Is the seaweed like seasoned?
The rice cracker is seasoned, so the seaweed is like an extra touch.
See. I've had like crispy seasoned seaweed before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. Alright.
Man, I love Asian food.
I love Asian.
It's just good.
I love Asians.
No comment.
What? You hate Asians confirmed?
Oh, blessed is a
I'm literally
racist. The
Asian.
allegation is confirmed.
I'm literally Asian myself.
First
I don't know
blessed
what y'all are
transphobic, now
smoking.
he's racist.
That's a,
No,
hey,
that
that's
was just
a
kind of a
thing you
PR
have to like 'em,
response.
No comments. That's basically saying no.
Yeah.
No comment. Just no comment. What happened to the declarations of neutrality?
What is happening on my screen right
RTT7.
now?
Oh no, man.
Yes.
No.
NOHIO. I don't know what happened after that.
Okay. I was getting afraid of where that might have been going.
I also was silent. Ooh.
All right, so the warm-ups are done. Not sure what was just
Oh my
going on
God,
my
this is
screen,
so
but
exciting.
it's time for the
Poor
rolls.
Trunk Month is battling it out for first place, and who's gonna be a loser again? My bad, team. I love both of you.
Alright, well, that's both of the warm-ups finally done and out of the way, and we can get into the rolls soon enough. And while we take care of that sort of housekeeping business at the very start of the match, I suppose we could talk a little bit about this matchup. So just as yesterday, of course, these teams did face off. We saw how the matchup sort of shaped up. Dino Nuggies looking really comfortable on the hiddens. And also the awkward aim, the no mod 1 and the free mod 1. Whereas XLB really enjoying those tapping picks, particularly the no mod 5, really abusing caffeine as a fourth man with a 57% D rank, from what I remember.
Leave him alone.
And that advantage on the tapping did also translate into the tiebreaker, where they just had so much more comfort on those tapping sections, the big flow aim. And they did pull out a victory on the TB to bring us to this bracket reset.
For Dino Nuggies here, you're especially really going to want to win those break points, because going to tiebreaker can be extremely scary, not having that fourth player, not being able to tap those streams consistently.
Yeah. Now, one thing that was not really touched upon for the entirety of the match yesterday was ult. We didn't see a no mod 3 pick, we didn't see the Hard Rock 3. The only alt pick we saw was the free mod 4, and that was at the very end. And if you remember, that came down to an absolute nail biter right at the end, right into the ending on the last few notes to flip the scoreline over to XLB enjoyers and bring them to tiebreaker.
Yo, why are we banning no mod 6? Hello? That's the player. Wait, Twisty's a reading player too! Yo, lock in your team.
We are into the bans, however. As JK just pointed out, a no mod 6 ban for Twisty's team, XLB enjoyers. It's gonna be a no mod 2, and it's gonna be a shift to the DT4 today. So leaving the DT2 open, some 270 BPM DT mixed mechanics, in favor of removing that raw finger control check. XLB enjoyers showing pretty good proficiency on that map yesterday, so Dino Nuggies just taking that out of the equation entirely and gonna try and take their chances elsewhere. A little bit surprised that they maintained the no mod 2 ban instead of banning that no mod 5, because we really saw the entirety of XLB enjoyers showing up, whereas Dino Nuggies looked to be the map that they really struggled on the most after DT4, but perhaps they know something we don't about their team sheets and that no mod 2.
Perhaps they're hoping just to mash the no mod 5 good enough, whereas the no mod 2 has more aim to it.
At the very least, I would definitely expect a different roster for that, but we do have the final ban coming out, and it's going to be a free mod 1 this time, switching it up from, I believe it was a Hard Rock 2 yesterday.
Yeah, it was Hard Rock 2.
Yeah. And it is going to be right into the tapping. DT3 pick, first pick really quick from Twisty.
Yep. Just going in
And-
to abuse that huge tapping gap that there is between the two teams.
Yep. Gonna see Caffeine join the lobby. It looks like they might actually be playing as they are messing around with their slots there. A little bit of a worry, although this was one of the tapping maps that they did seem to be able to somewhat match their way through. Of course, they did comment in the lobby afterwards that this mapper just makes maps that are unmashable because they had to get revenge after being mashed on and losing a point. But perhaps one of the tapping maps that aren't as one-sided for XLB enjoyers, but of course, all these tapping maps, the Nomad 2, Nomad 5, DT2, DT3, DT4, all going to be quite heavily favored towards XLB enjoyers. So it looks to be smooth cruising for a good bit at the start of the match for them. And I do expect to see mostly just some breakpoints traded back and forth for these first few maps. And we do have the rosters in the lobby, GLTFs in chat. And it is just going to be a lot of the same of what we saw yesterday for the rosters. Twisty Brudge, King Baxter, and Kane Heartsteel. Matched by Caffeine, Wonder Cute, aka Maggie Rhythm, Keffin, and Tyrizzle. Here we go, right into the DT3. Some 232 BPM stamina. It's going to be XLB enjoyers off to an early lead as once again, lots of low accuracies on the side of Down Nuggies, along with some big chain misses as well from Wonder Cute and Caffeine. Down in the 70s and 80s for most of them. Keffin, the only one holding at 91%.
I love America. I love America.
Oh. Thank you very much, Chibi. And
Loving Chibi.
yeah.
Came up to 3 FCs on XLB's enjoyers versus I was gonna say 2, but Tyrizzle drops, and it's just Kevin left with the last FC on Dino Nuggies. The only combo to hold it on versus almost a 4-way FC.
Have you combo?
Sending them off to an early lead.
Twisty and King Bastard breaking again. Brudge and Kane Heartsteel are holding on though. Brudge with over 96 accuracy, showing they're very comfortable on this map, having the highest accuracy in the lobby.
Yeah, and as we were discussing before the map and as the map was starting, this is looking like a quick one-sided affair for XLB enjoyers as they look to lock in some early points with the tapping abuse. As you can see, Dino Nuggies not happy to be playing tapping at all. Caffeine all the way down at 76%.
Yeah. Can we just talk for a sec how Kane is still comboing through this map like a pro?
That man,
Oh my God,
something
low
unlocked
representation.
inside him yesterday when he plopped his Sio device onto his desk, and it seems like he can just kind of tap now.
Oh, finally breaking
Finally
on
see 3/4 of the way through.
Man,
Yeah.
there's only so many times you can get tapping abused in match before you just start learning how to tap.
Yeah. I mean, this is
When is it my turn?
it's already a 1 million score difference. I think we can talk a
Yeah.
little bit about Dino Nuggies and what they want to pick going forward, because if you do remember yesterday, they were winning both the hiddens and the awkward aim picks, but it wasn't nearly as dominant as what we're seeing from XLB enjoyers on the tapping. If you remember, the hidden 2, it was Baxter unable to replicate his performance from the lower bracket grand finals match, which led to Sir Shy Lordy and Keffin being able to put in enough work to secure the point there. And then on the Nomad 1, it was basically the Sir Shy Lordy show where everyone else in the lobby was sort of equal, but it was Sir Shy Lordy pulling out an FC, I believe it was, if not an FC choke.
Bro's too good. What the heck?
But yeah, as XLB enjoyers put
my
that first
back.
point away in the bag.
Brudge dropping the FC at the end. Unfortunate.
Yeah, and as you were saying there with how the picks and everything was going yesterday, we do see a change up in a couple of the bands. Each team chose a different second band than yesterday. XLB enjoyers banning out the Free Mod 1 instead of Hard Rock 2, and then Dino Nuggies with the DT4 instead of, I believe, yes, DT2?
It was DT2. Yes.
So, what an interesting change in the band strategy here. Wonder if it's going to change the
right.
outcome.
So we're going to be going right into the hidden 1 as the first pick for Dino Nuggies. I do believe this was one of the more comfortable victories they had.
I believe so.
If we can go ahead and check the MP from yesterday,
Take a peek real
because we can do things like that. And yeah, this was a solid 400k victory with the overall team comfort just looking a little bit higher on the side of Downer Nuggies. Kevin sitting atop the lobby at a 600k, with Sir Shylord at the next highest, and everyone else looking pretty solid in the 300k range. Of course, we know players like Magurhythm incredibly comfortable or proficient on the hidden mod. Could definitely put up more than just 370k that they put up yesterday. But you could say the same for the other side on King Baxter, only dropping a low 300k last night. Hoping to improve on that to try and put up more of a fight here, but still is a tall task to try and match a 600k. And then of course you are still working with Suguri, who does seem a little bit skill capped on a good handful of these maps. Doing your best to put up a 300k.
Just
trying to put up a good.
300k is very hard sometimes.
I'm listening to it right now. This song is a banger.
Does look like we'll be seeing the same rosters from yesterday. Twisty, Zooties, Fangirl, King Baxter, and Brudge up against Kevin, Sir Shylordy, Magurhythm, and Caffeine. So Dino Nuggies looking for a repeat performance as we get into their first pick of the match. Just try and start off strong.
Oh my god, I love
Hidden.
Surprising response from Mouse Supremacy regarding that statement.
Yeah. Zooty Fangirl the first to break early on, but there's plenty of map left. It's nothing to signify. Shaking off those early map nerves, maybe. Or there's maps early, those nerves early into the map. The accuracy.
Oh my god.
Brush does have an SS and King Baxter 99. Feel very comfortable. Zooty Fangirl breaking again. King Baxter also going down. But, I mean, 3 drop on Dino Nuggies. Just Kevin with the only FC versus Twisty and Brush both holding on. Brush dropping on the slider. Just Twisty left on Team XLB Enjoyers. Versus Kevin also matching Twisty's score. But Dino Nuggies here has dropped sooner than... Well, it's basically almost the same exact recovery combo. So it's going to just pretty much stay exactly dead even here.
Yeah, and here we are in this 1v1 with Kevin versus Twisty. Kevin looking to once again put up a solid 600k plus score, and there goes Twisty dropping his combo, allowing Kevin and his team to start to run away with a score lead. An improvement on yesterday's score from Twisty, but still hoping for more, as 400k will not be enough to cut it. Today, there goes Kevin
finally goes down. Caffeine does have a really good recovery combo at 400, who drops. It's a basically full wipe, full lobby reset here. Zooty Fangirl and King Baxter versus Sir Shylordy on the other team. Will they be able to bring it back? I mean, it's 150,000 gap. It's definitely possible to bring it back here. Zooty Fangirl goes down, but Twisty is getting his combo back versus Sir Shylordy and Caffeine still. Kevin also getting his combo. Wonder active, finding drops. Twisty breaking. Only King Baxter is the only combo left on XLB Enjoyers.
Against dual combos of Kevin and Sir Shylordy, however, and that 150k score lead is not budging. If anything, it is going even further in the favor of Dino Nuggies, especially after King Baxter is going to drop his combo in the ending here, and this is just going to be Dino Nuggies securing their first point in similar fashion to yesterday. Not as comfortable, but still comfortable enough. And sort of mirroring what happened. Yes, slight improvements across the board. King Baxter and Brudge edging their scores forward just a little bit. And Twisty also a solid 100k improvement, but on the other side for Downer Nuggies, Kevin once again putting up a solid 600k with Sir Shylordy improving as well, and with a pretty big improvement from Caffeine to boot, that is more than enough to maintain the gap. And things were looking pretty good for XLB Enjoyers in the start into the first Ki, but Kevin holding on for long enough, and the recoveries on the other members
Just not quite able to stay consistent enough.
And that guy says he hates hidden. Boo.
So I do expect No Mod 5 to be the pick, and that it very much so is. Right away. I also wouldn't be surprised to see something like a No Mod 3 or Hard Rock 3 early, just to
Test
clear
the waters.
air. Yeah, test the waters and sort of set things straight as to who is winning the alt. Especially, but it is a bit of a question if that's going to come from XLB Enjoyers' side or from Dino Nuggies' side, as it kind of both sides have their arguments.
Yeah,
or have their reasons.
I think XLV Enjoyers does have a lot of these tapping maps they can just freely pick and not really worry much about with how they're just able to tapping abuse Dino Nuggies here. So Dino Nuggies might try to experiment earlier on having less options to choose from and having to go into that awkward aim route, which can definitely be very nerve-wracking and end up close.
I mean, despite the awkward aim victories coming off the backs of some heroics on average, they did still win those points by pretty good margins.
Yeah.
Which does speak to, or which does allude to the potential fact that they just have more potential for pop-off.
True, but like anything can happen on aim, I feel like, because, aim is aim. Like, even though it's a big gap, or like a decently sized gap, like, you can miss in the middle and just lose half your score. Like anything can happen. But Dino Nuggies just showing off that they're more consistent on those maps.
That is true. Anyway, that is neither here nor there, as we're
Yeah.
gonna be going into what may not be just a 3-minute cutscene this time, as we see Caffeine step out of the lobby. This time, Terrizzle taking his place, looking to improve on that score. Next will be Enjoyers, looking to be the same roster as yesterday. King Baxter, Kane Heartsteel, Twisty, and Brudge. We'll see if Kane Heartsteel can put up continue to put up some more heroics on the tapping, as he looked quite comfortable on this map, mashing his way through about a good first half of this yesterday. But we are into things, of course, on the other side. Accompanying Terrizzle are Magurhythm, Sir Shylordy, and Keffin, who will be one of the 4 players to find in early breaks, the others being Sir Shylordy, Kane Heartsteel, Brudge, and even Terrizzle and Wonder Acute joining them not too long after. So once again, showing a large difference in the comfort here. King Baxter all the way up at 98%. Meanwhile, we look at the other side, 84, 90, 86, and 89 for Dino Nuggies. So maybe this is just another 3-minute cutscene after all.
Maybe. King Baxter is still with that 99 act. Just going nuts. Like the highest act in the entire lobby by like nearly 3%.
Go into this big speed KI section here. Lots of big bursts. We'll see how much longer Dino Nuggies can keep on mashing huge act drops for Terrizzle, and there goes Wonder Acute finally. Dropping the combo. Shylordy to follow. Trade up by Kane Heartsteel. And King Baxter also dropping his combo too. But there are still big combos on Brudge and Twisty, matched by Keffin for now. We'll see how long he can keep mashing.
Keffin is combo gaming.
Trying to replicate his performance from 5 USC on the easy mod. However,
finally
no
slider breaking.
Here.
Very sad slider break right before the break.
Yep, and this is no Solar Strike. This is no easy mod. You will not be mashing hard enough with this one, Keffin. Dino Nuggies' luck is running out on this map as Twisty and Brudge look to convert their 800 combos into a full point.
Oh my god, we'll see.
Now, going back to the alt question I was talking about earlier, because Dino Nuggies are feeling the pressure in regards to them being strong on, or winning on aim yesterday, which is a bit of a point flippy skill set. XLB Enjoyers there is some incentive for them to go ahead and put the question to the alt if they think they can win it somewhat comfortably, because that would put even more pressure on Dino Nuggies and back them into a corner where they really don't have anything to pick other than the awkward aim.
Yeah. Like the free mod for yesterday was incredibly close, and that is an alt map, but that's also a free mod map. You have to have these hidden players who are able to alt, and you know, of course, a hard rock player as well, or multiple hard rocks and whatever.
Yes, I mean now the hard rock on that map it's pretty tame given it's CS 3.1. I would say it's probably pretty hard rock favored, because at the same time the hidden is AR 8.8.
Yeah.
Now, Dino Nuggies with their roster, I'm sure they have no issue fielding players who are comfortable with AR 8.8 hidden alt, but it still is what it is. It's quite difficult, and so I would assume that No Mod 3 and Hard Rock 3 are a bit of a different story.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing the Hard Rock 2 picked here, however, and this is a map we didn't see yesterday because XLB Enjoyers banned it. So maybe we'll see some insight into why exactly they banned it and what Dino Nuggies is thinking with this pick. Now, unfortunately, because this is the only precision map in the pool, CS 7.15, it doesn't give them too much room to expand on in terms of their pick strategy if they win this.
Yesterday, during the other Grand Finals match versus in the loser bracket, XLB versus Fuku's Fortune Tent, XLB Enjoyers did first pick the Hard Rock 2. I believe. Yes.
Yes, and I believe they got break
and
pointed
they did.
on that.
They break pointed on it. Yeah, they scored right below 1.4 million team score on that map. Kane Hartfield finding one miss, so maybe an unlucky miss, just capping the score. So maybe he feels confident in being able to FC it.
Yo, where is Tyrizzle?
Perhaps. Also a bit of a...
oh my god, the Hard Rock Go is in!
Here we go.
Yeah. Also a bit of a surprisingly disappointing performance from Twisty, only 385k. Maxed out at 252 combo, so also likely a bunch of unfortunate misses there. I'm looking to roll the die.
Test the waters a little bit.
Maybe
they
roll the die and get something better.
Yeah, XLB Enjoyers did ban that map last time. Or this match, I mean. Or, well, last match, actually.
Yes, last night.
Last night, they decided to ban it against Dino Nuggies. Leaving it open, however, though, it is picked here, obviously. So
perhaps a little bit of a respect from Tyrizzle, which was well earned, as despite being a tier 6 player, he did drop that 500k on the Hard Rock 1 last night to bring them the break point on that, despite it being a bit of a tapping heavy map. But that is neither here nor there, as we are getting into this Hard Rock 2 incredibly small circles. CS 7.2 on your screens. Give me King Baxter, Twisty, Kane, Heartsteel, and Brudge against Sir Shiloh, Kevin, Wondersuit, and Tyrizzle. And this is a quick
everywhere
one.
at the early parts here.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit shocked.
Yeah. Maybe not warmed up for the precision, but that's especially something you're not going to want to drop a lot, especially on the early, easier parts, because this map is very short and
perhaps
not very combo dense.
Perhaps just a little bit getting used to the map, but there goes Kane Heartsteel as well. That's one of the players that you want to see putting up a big combo, as he is quite proficient on the Hard Rock and the precision. Minute 54 on the map, so not very long. We do see only a single break on the side of Dino Nuggies, leading in only a 60k lead at the moment, actually, as Twisty is putting up quite a performance here. 97% hack on 400 combo. And yeah, that is the big Hard Rock star on the side of Dino Nuggies. Brudge and King Bax are going to trade out shortly after, but there go Kevin and Wonder Acute as well. And it's full reset for Dino Nuggies, and Twisty's still holding on. Hold on.
Not looking good at all for Dino Nuggies here. Twisty finally going down, but it's 120. Will Dino Nuggies be able to steal it back? There's 4 combos coming back here. King Master and Kane Heartsteel and Brudge all have to hold on to fight those recovery combos off of Dino Nuggies. That it is growing smaller. King Master finally goes down. It's slowly teetering towards Dino Nuggies. Will they be able to hold it off and pull it off in time or not? There's only a little bit of map left.
Just goes down, but
it's shrinking, it's shrinking. Grudge
Trace!
holding on.
It's flickering!
Looks like at the last possible second, it'll go back in the Dino Nuggies' favor. Wow. That went in every direction.
That is one where your heart is going to be skipping a beat and not for good reasons.
Sir Shylordy with a 99% accuracy S rank. Wow, what a good score.
Yeah. So Shylordy and Wonder Acute barely able to hold on long enough at the end as the recoveries from XLB Enjoyers started to falter. Twisty putting in so much good work, but just barely not enough support. And Dino Nuggies, after a little bit of a shaky ride, they do manage to secure their own blue point and tie things back up 2-2.
But good luck, both teams. I love Fort Truckmon.
Bye. Bye, Katie. Now it's just me and Bless. And our streamer time. Oh,
to the
yes. I
right.
love this map. I love this song. This song is a banger. This is your DT2 map. Almost 5 minutes long. I don't know how long, if that's counting DT or not.
That is not
think
counting
it
DT.
is.
That is before DT.
Yeah, this is, they're 8.8 by default, so with DT, I believe that's 10.1.
10.2.
10.2, okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be your higher AR. There's some bursts in here, and some long bursts. I don't think it's super stream heavy, but there is speed.
Yeah.
It is
There's
your
some
speed.
long bursts, 9 notes or so, usually between, most of the bursts are going to be ranging between 5 and 9 notes. And then, of course, a little bit of aim as well. A little bit of mixed mechanics on this 270 BPM. So high BPM test, a little bit of a high AR check, and just quite a good tapping check as well. As this was banned yesterday by Dino Nuggies, hoping to try and match their way through this one. And XLB Enjoyers, perhaps, by picking this third, signifying that they're not as confident or bullish on this tapping map compared to the others. But we do see the rosters trickling into the lobby, and it's looking to be largely the same for XLB Enjoy, sticking with their main four of Kane, Heartsteel, Twisty, Brudge, and King Baxter. Dino Nuggies on the other side is going to be Keffin, Wonder Cute, Terizzle, and perhaps surprisingly, Caffeine. We did see him struggle a lot on the No Mod 5 yesterday, and I thought that may have been due to some BPM comfort issues, but it seems like I may be wrong about that hypothesis. He does come in for this one.
Maybe Caffeine is better able to do the higher AR than
That could be a thing.
than their other player.
Yeah, so Shylordy it would have been,
Yeah.
I believe. And we are getting into things, and I think we need an abort as King Baxter
Nope,
looks
King
to not be playing
Baxter.
the map.
I believe the abort is coming out here.
Wicked plastic.
Yes.
Mouse was unplugged. Yep, that happens.
Yep. I don't know how you're unplugging your mouse, but... Oh, a cord got loose. Unfortunate.
Okay, here we go into the match.
Alright.
The map for real this time.
DT2, Take 2, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
For real.
Here we go. Now, Mouse, you said you FC'd the top diff of this, right?
Yes. I think I choked I slider broke the very ending, but I basically
Did you enjoy that one?
This map, I love this map. This is a goddamn banger. It's very
sounding,
fun. You know, higher AR aim and tapping. Caffeine breaking early. King Master also trading him off early. Kane Heartsteel as well. This map is decently long. There is plenty of time for anything to happen here. But there's 2 FCs to 1 right now. breaking a lot of breaks from XLB Enjoyers, but that act lead is just a lot higher than what Dino Nuggies can do here. Their highest act being barely 91% versus, you know, Grudge with almost 97 and Kane with almost 93, and same with King Baxter.
Yeah, of course, pointing out the big difference being Caffeine all the way down at 76% accuracy, 77 teetering on the edge there. And Wonder Q also down at 85 in the dumps, in the mines, perhaps. Still, however, 1FC's holding on for Dino Nuggies to that first key eye. It's going to be Tyrizzle at 180k, trying to hold his team together, keep his team in it for now. But both Brudge and King Baxter, well, no longer King Baxter, gonna be matching him. And actually, Brudge goes, but it's traded right away by Tyrizzle, so this score lead is not going anywhere. If anything, it's still going in the side of XLB Enjoyers as Twisty stolen
Twisty
on
finally breaks, but Wonder Q, the only combo left in the lobby.
Magarhythm is a combo, but he won't
down.
last long, and now things are just at a standstill. This score lead will not be going anywhere. 300k is the gap. Please mind the gap. As there are no combos left in the lobby at the moment, with half the map still to go. Lots of breaks coming out here. Both of these teams kind of struggling on this high AR and the high BPM aim. Lots of misaims, lots of act drops, lots of slider breaks. With that marginally better proficiency on just the tapping and everything overall for XLB Enjoyers is gonna let them edge out almost a 400k lead as we head into the final core of the map. More breaks coming through everywhere across the board. Nobody can hold a significant combo anymore in this back half. Yeah, after a bit of a turbulent ending, it looks like XLB Enjoyers will be trying to put this away in the bag. No combos remaining as we go into this final break. The map is basically over at this point. There's nothing left on that little pie chart. Just a sliver. As you can see, 500k score lead for XLB Enjoyers into the ending.
Yeah, just XLB Enjoyers just showing off that even though they didn't get a super, you know, good run on the combos that you'd expect them to get on a tapping map, they're just able to dish out a lot higher accuracy and just better combos overall than what Dino Nuggies can do, especially in that fourth player with Caffeine really struggling on a 70% accuracy. Brudge will end the map though with a 2-miss with almost 96% accuracy though. Very nice work.
And it does. Yeah.
The only A rank in the lobby.
Yeah. It does seem like Dino Nuggies are in a bit of a doomed if you do, doomed if you don't situation with the bans on the tapping maps. I don't think there was really a good answer, so to speak, as to what to ban, as we saw. Lots of struggles on the DT4, lots of struggles on the Nomad 5, and now lots of struggles on the DT2. And of course that Nomad 2 probably looking as hopelessly quiet as the name of the song would imply for them.
Hopeless quiet. Banger Nomad 2. We're gonna see
But it is their pick.
Hidden 3 pick going into that tech.
We did see them pick this yesterday as well. Redive Neuron by DJ Dice, mapped by Wispy, although this is Nomi's Extreme guest difficulty.
This was
This
a
one
very
was-
close match.
Yeah.
Last match, this was extremely close, but Team Dino Nuggies did, across their entire team, only had 5 misses versus Kane Heartsteel finding 18 misses on Team XLB Enjoyers.
Yeah.
So maybe Dino Nuggies is able to just dish out the less miss count, meaning they're able to dish out, you know, they should be able to dish out that FCs potentially.
Yeah, a little bit more higher firepower potential for their side. However, I will also point out 3 B ranks on the side of Dino Nuggies, whereas Kane the only B rank on his team with 95, 96, and almost 97 AC on King Baxter, Twisty, and Brudge respectively. So really solid team scores on their hidden core with Kane Heartsteel trying to fill that 4th man. And we'll see if a potentially more stable 4-man core is enough to bring home the point again for Dino Nuggies. we are seeing the teams in the lobby. Looks to be the same 8 as yesterday. Kane Hart, still Twisty, King Baxter, and Brudge up against Maggie Rhythm, Kevin, Caffeine, and Sir Shy Lordy. Go look, have fun's in the chat, and we are getting into this thing. This will be our hidden tech pick of the match, of the pool. CS 3.8, AR 9.3, so a little bit on the dense side as well. 193 BPM, but it is a little bit short. Only 1 minute 58 seconds, so blink in,
Very
you might
volatile.
miss it.
When you blink and when you might miss it,
And when you don't see it,
and when you don't see it. But we may see it.
we may see it. You never know. You never know when you're going to see it. All right, here we go. First big patterns. The decel stream into the cut. Going to be catching Kane Heartsteel's combo. But that is all as we are into this first little intense section. Lots of sliders flying left and right. As you can see, the entirety of Dynonuggy still holding on. Never mind, there goes Wonder Acute, the first to break. And Kane Heartsteel still holding on to his combo into this first KI. That is a small lead of 60k for XLB Enjoyers as we go into this next slow section. Accuracy is holding solid once again, proving to be the difference maker. Into a big stream.
Bringing on the end of the stream. It's just 3 FCs to 3 FCs right now. Wonder Acute with the bigger recovery combo on Dynonuggies, but looks like XLB Enjoyers just has that accuracy advantage.
And there goes Kevin.
And Kevin goes down only 2 to 3 FCs right now. Twisty Brush both go down. King Baxter goes down full reset on Team XLB Enjoyers. It's gonna start swinging the other way. There's
already
Sir Lordy with an
90
FC
difference.
and Wonder Acute with the recovery combo versus no combo at all into the slow section. It's gonna start skyrocketing into Dynonuggies here. But I mean, there's still this section. I mean, chain misses could happen. But
Sir Shy Lordy.
everyone holds. Like, Sir Shy Lordy holds on, and is just throwing his team's score. The XLB Enjoyers finding a lot of misses on these sliders, not being able to combo through this part, and Sir Shy Lordy is just taking it home into this ending here.
Yeah, unfazed by the slowdown
Slider
into the
breaking at
thirds.
the very end, but gonna be coming out with 900k almost. Wow, that looked very bad for Dynonuggies there in the first half. But wow, one miss on Dynonuggies team, and basically three S ranks, and King Bass are also with an S rank.
Yep. So Shy Lordy notably 627k yesterday on this, and gonna be making quite a hefty improvement to almost 900k to bring his team that point. Very important improvement for him.
Incredible improvement.
Yeah. And as you were talking about, that FC potential, that little bit higher firepower potential, is gonna be showing itself in Sir Shy Lordy there. And it's gonna be No Mod 3. We have finally touched the ult. The floodgates are opening with this one.
We will see who is the better ulting team on the no mod, at the very least. We obviously saw the free mod 4 in the last match, which was nails, pure nails. Last second, XLB Enjoyers did take the win, but no mod is a completely different story. You don't have to have the hidden and the hard rocks, which can, you don't have the capable players who are able to do hidden and ult at the same time, or hard rock at the same time as well. It could just, could catch you off. But XLB Enjoyers here picking the no mod 3, perhaps feeling that they're confident at doing the no mod.
Now I do have a hypothesis regarding this one.
Let's hear it.
Dynonuggies, they played this map in their lower bracket grand finals match against Hookah's Fortune 10. They dropped almost 1.8 million team score off the backs of pretty solid overall scores. In fact, Twisty was the lowest at 333k and Brudge at the highest at 577k. Of course, they also have John Alt himself playing the map, Mr. Kane Heartsteel. However, I think they were waiting for Dynonuggies to pick No Mod 3 or any form of ult the entire match yesterday, and because they saw that it wasn't picked, now they smell weakness, and they're going to try and probe around today with this one. I don't think it was a standstill. I think it was just an observation to try and see what Dino Nuggies would do with their pick strategy. And I think now they see that Dino Nuggies showed a little bit of unwillingness to pick into the ult yesterday. It's XLB's Enjoyers' turn to pick into it today.
Holy mind reading.
And we do have the rosters in the lobby. It is the same four of Kane Hearts, the King Baxter, Twisty, and Brudge. It's going to be Keffin, Sir Shylordy, Wondercute, and Caffeine in the lobby for Dino Nuggies here. First time we're seeing ult in this specific matchup.
Here we go. Very curious as to how this is going to go. This is a 3-minute long map, 140 BPM. They are 9.5, so, you know, not low AR by any means. Just going into these early sections, wonder if Algorithm finding the early miss, but, you know, shaking off nerves. The accuracy does look to be in XLB Enjoyer's favor, though, with Kane Hearts going down early on. It's going to start swinging towards Dino Nuggies, but I mean, just by very barely, as it is still very early into the map. Sir Shylordy almost with the SS, actually. The only close act being King Baxter at almost 99. Twisty also going down. Only Brudge is the only FC left on XLB Enjoyers. It's not looking very good. Wondercute goes down. Sir Shylordy and Caffeine holding on still, though. Caffeine going down on those back and forths. And just Sir Shylordy is the only one matching Brudge right now. And Kane Hearts deals on a good recovery combo, which is going to help Brudge a lot. So it's going to start very slowly reaching towards XLB Enjoyers here, as they have the bigger recovery combo. Brudge and Sir Shylordy are just having a huge face-off right now. Sir Shylordy with higher act, Wondercute and Kevin and Caffeine all going down. And so is Kane Heartsteel. This King Baxter, though, and Twisty have really good recovery combos, so it's going to start slowly flipping sides to XLB Enjoyers here, but just by barely. Brudge has to hold on here for their own team to secure their points, or the pick. Sir Shylordy goes down on the back and forth. Brudge is going to grow that difference so much. Twisty still holding on as that backup. There's Kevin and Wondercute with small recovery combos, but Wondercute slide break out the slow section. No, you don't want to see that, especially when there's still one more key eye left, and if Brudge misses, it could easily switch. Twisty and Brudge both missing, but there's no combos left on XLB Enjoyers. But there's Kevin and Caffeine with small recovery combos. It could slowly flip, but we're going to have to see some chain misses from XLB Enjoyers here for it to flip at all. They're just holding on to that difference at the same at 220k, and it's not budging at all. King Heartsteel holding on to that recovery combo, matching Wondercute, and we're going into the end of the map, and it's looking like a win for their own pick. XLB Enjoyers here. It was very close for a minute there, but Brudge just staying consistent and being able to hold off Sir Shylordy, who had incredible act the entire time until they missed above 99 like the entire map. Very nice scores. Everyone getting an A rank.
Yeah, and XLB Enjoyer is a small improvement on their score from yesterday. Didn't matter in the end, but it is always good to see, and also just everyone on the team looking very comfortable. No scores under 400k, and Brudge taking that lead and running with it when he got the chance. 650k score to his name. And that does open up a big can of worms for XLB, for, well, depending on your perspective and interpretation of that expression, for both teams. As that Hard Rock 3 is looking pretty juicy at the moment for XLB Enjoyers. And Dino Nuggies, we'll have to see just how comfortable they're feeling on this awkward aim, because they're about to run out of hidden picks as well. This Hidden 2, the last map in the hidden pool for them, maybe forced to go into the free mods that they did look pretty good on yesterday. But the free mod 4 ultimately going the way of XLB Enjoyers in a nail-biter of a map. Free mod 2, of course, not played, and free mod 3 looking good for them. So it is a bit of a question as to where they're going after this Hidden 2. course, we all love this song. If you haven't heard it before, you will soon learn to love it.
Banger.
There's a ranked set of this that is incredibly difficult. Alt aim control, 165 BPM alt. And still somehow only 6 stars, I believe. But this one, of course, bit of a different flavor, a different take on this song. It's going to be AR8 hidden mechanics. Some aim, some bursts with a little bit of a cut inside them to really test your control and AR8 hidden reading. So you can hear from the song as well, of course. A little bit of rhythms to mix you up as well. Keep you on your feet here. We do see the 8 players in the lobby: Kane, Heartsteel, Twisty, Brudge, and King Baxter up against Kevin, Shy Lordy, Maggie Rhythm, and Caffeine. Dino Nuggies did look just a little bit better pound for pound on this yesterday. And XLB Enjoy is really relying on King Baxter to put up some heroics like he did against Fuku's Fortune Tent. I believe it was almost 900k in that match, but yesterday only managing to put up 600k after breaking near the end of the first Ki. We'll see if he can try and have another pop-off performance here to steal a point, as so far both of his teams just been trading points back and forth up until now.
Yeah, King Baxter in versus Fuku's Fortune Tent was able to almost FC until the very end and just showing extreme confidence at this map. But their last match wasn't quite the same way last night.
Yep.
But
And I'll repeat what he was saying about this again in NorCal chat. He was saying that this map, it does feel really easy for him, and he's not really sure why other people seem to be missing, but maybe he's wondering why he's missing now, as those are some very strange misses from him, and that's actually going to be accompanied by a couple big chain misses from Kmart, Heartsteel, and Twisty that are going to throw the lead over to Dino Nuggies for now. Here's King Baxter again, really struggling on this map today. Not looking to be comfortable on this AR8 for some reason. Maybe he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Slept wrong, and it's only Brudge holding on for XLB Enjoyers, as that is almost a 4-way for Dino Nuggies at the moment. Just Caffeine missing somewhere in the intro. And I believe Wonder Acute might have missed somewhere in the first 20 combo. There go Wonder Acute and Caffeine, however, and there isn't I was going to say there would have been an opening if not for Brudge also dropping his combo.
looking
Part
like
of a 3-way.
an incredibly good pick for Dino Nuggies here. Just XLB Enjoyers not able to replicate what they're able to replicate the other day versus Fuku's Fortune 10, and just Dino Nuggies here being able to just dish out a 500k difference into the middle of the map here. I mean, this map, if there are chain misses, it could climb, but I mean, I don't know if it's, anything can happen. There's still half the map left, but Captain and Shy Lordy are just growing and growing their combo.
Now you say anything can happen, but this is already a 650k, almost 700k lead for Dino Nuggies.
It's pretty
Kevin
doomed
and
to
Shy are
depression.
still holding on. There were just a couple of small recovery combos for XLB Enjoyers, but Kevin and Shy Lordy, they just keep on holding and holding, and they're not stopping. Kevin finally dropping on the flow, but Shy Lordy looking to repeat what they did on Hidden 1 to this Hidden 2, looking so good on this Hidden mod.
Can we talk about how quickly that was drawn? I didn't even... Kevin drawing that incredibly fast. I blinked and I missed it. Shy Lordy with the FCing... Maybe FCing it?
I believe the FC is still intact.
Oh, no!
Down as you mention it.
Oh, 98 accuracy. Incredible act. And
But that is still more than enough to secure their team the point as we go into the ending
incredible
spinner.
pick for Dino Nuggies here. Just XLB Enjoyers not being able to be consistent on this map, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they did their score from versus Fuku's Fortune 10, they got 1.8 mil that time. They would still not have beaten Dino Nuggies here. Dino Nuggies just being able to dish out nearly 2 FCs. That's insane.
As we compare and contrast here for XLB Enjoyers on this defeat, King Baxter, his lowest score on this map so far in the matches. And then I believe that was Brudge and Kane, Heartsteel, and Twisty with their sub 300k scores. Unable to put up even 300k this time. And perhaps a bit of an uncharacteristic performance from Twisty, as normally should be pretty good at these kinds of maps, but just finding a little too many misses here and there. And so Shylori's pop-off is gonna put that one in the bag for Dino Nuggies. These things are all tied up 4-4 here. And this match has just been back and forth, each team winning their own pick. No break points like yesterday. But it is a question of how much longer that can go on for, as we are down to a best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4, best of 13, but that means there's only 2 picks left for each team. 5 maps left to be played, including the tiebreaker if we need it. And XLB Enjoyers, they still have this Hard Rock 3 alt pick.
Looking to just capitalize on that ult like they did on the Nomad 3.
Yep. I think the cat is out of the bag regarding this skill set. XLB Enjoyers looking pretty good. This one, I believe this is the longest map in the pool.
I believe it is.
4 minutes and 10 seconds.
I think there's a 450. I think there's a 450 or 440.
Maybe I don't recall which one it is. As even the Nomad one was pretty short at just under 3 minutes.
Look at the pool.
Anyway, your eyes might also be drawn to this interesting combination of artists, Toby Fox and Camellia, featuring Hosho Mari, of all vocalists. And of course, that Hololive.
No, this is the longest
so
map,
much.
349.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, that Hololive member as the vocalist does sort of imply Amateur as the other half of that collab with Aruota for the mappers, but we are getting into the map right here. Brudge, Kane, Heartsteel, Twisty, and King Baxter up against Kefin, Tyrizzle, Magurhythm, and Sir Shylord. It's going to be Tyrizzle taking the place of Caffeine due to this Hard Rock. Yet to see his counterpart on the Hard Rock, the Rizzard, tier 5 player for Dino Nuggies. We'll be finding an early break, so will Shylordy, but of course this being the longest map in the pool will matter far less than early breaks in other maps, as we are getting into this first verse. Quick look at the accuracies. A little bit more comfort on the side of XLB Enjoyers here is nobody below 95. It's just Brudge flickering on the edge of 95 and 96. Meanwhile, Dino Nuggies Kefin coming at 93, 94. Tyrizzle down all the way in the dumps at 92. Wondercute at 94 as well on the edge of 94, 93. But
missing.
Seeing a lot of race in this build-up.
Versus Tyrizzle and Kefin, Brudge and Twisty. Brudge finally goes down. Kefin and Tyrizzle are gonna start. No, it's not even switching over sides here just because of act difference. Tyrizzle and Kefin. Well, it'll slowly start growing versus Twisty's FC. But Tyrizzle finally goes down. Just Kefin versus Twisty here. It's gonna just stay stagnant and possibly grow towards XLB because the higher accuracy. Kefin's FC is 89% act. I should have definitely cut your score versus Twisty's 95%, and everyone else on XLB is having above 90.
Twisty in the slow section.
Twisty going down on the slow section. No.
And this is a chance for Kefin. This guy does not miss easily. So Shylord going to be missing the slider tech on the big one. But it's Kefin to try and claw this one back, but there's so many recoveries of decent size on the side of XLB Enjoyers, and especially this big accuracy difference. Kefin all the way down at 89% accuracy on this FC. That's really hampering their chances of pulling this one back. Still 140k score lead for XLB Enjoyers. Now a couple of recoveries coming in on the side of Tyrizzle and Magurhythm. But we'll have to see just how long Kefin can hold on to this, as he is their sole remaining hope in this map at the moment. as we finally go into the back half.
Tyrizzle and Wonder Acute's recovery combo is nothing to scoff at either. Wonder Acute having 94 act, second highest on their team. Kevin here just has to really hold on to this FC in order to claw it out. Everyone is holding so far. Everyone hits that.
And everything
Kane
comes down to this last Ki section.
Kane with 700 combo, and I believe Kingmaster and Twisty and Brudge all have good recovery combos. Same with the other team. It's all gonna... Everyone hits the first stream? Okay.
Into the final Ki we go. Kevin still holding on to his FC for the hopes and dreams of the first break point of this match. How much longer can he hold? He
finally breaks.
Big XL stream. He finally goes down, and that is a 100k score lead. Everyone else falling around him. Dino Nuggies crumbling in this last ending section. And Kane, Heartsteel, John, Alt himself.
Missing on the flow aim.
Charge, but right behind him are Brudge and Twisty to pick up the pieces. Brudge goes down, but Twisty still remains. And even if he were to fall, there is still a 200,000 score lead. A wall locking Dino Nuggies out of this point. So there will be no break point here. XLB Enjoyers will maintain their dominance on the alt. Twisty finally goes down, but it matters not, as XLB Enjoyers looking to close this map out and take the lead once again, 5-4, securing their own pick. Once again, there will be no spin to win.
Nails. Looked very, very close for XLB Enjoyers there. Twisty ending the map with 1 miss, the lowest miss count. The highest act will be going to Sir Shylordy, who's extremely close to King Maxer, is basically having the same act at 95.24. Wow, that was extremely close, but Kevin holding on for 1300 combo, the highest combo in the lobby. Absolutely incredible, just combo gaming. But showing that XLB just showing off that he can play alt.
Yeah, and I think even if Kevin had a little bit better accuracy there, it wouldn't have been enough to close the gap, as that was almost 250k at the ending.
Immediately going to pick
Dino
up 3
Nuggies.
on 3, which is your stream. Actually, streams. It's very extremely light tech, but it is your flow aim. We'll see the BPM in a second, but I believe it's like 185, 190. Okay, 193. 2 minutes long, so it's very volatile, especially with how nature of streams are. You can just chain miss and lose all of your score.
Yeah. Now, I will say these streams aren't too long, so the danger of just chain missing 20 notes in a row because you note locked is not as present as on normal stream maps.
It's not super doom, but if you're not able to consistently hit streams and you're just chain missing each of these, well, I guess long bursts would be better to call them.
Yeah.
It can be rough.
Sort of like tech streams.
Yeah.
Or tech mechanics. Maybe it's just mech tech,
It's
maybe
very
it is just
light
mech
tech,
tech.
I think. I mean, it is mech tech, but it's like very light tech.
Yeah.
It's just like flow aim and game control, I feel like.
Now, notably, Dino Nuggies lost this pick yesterday. It was by an incredibly small margin of just 32,000, but they did lose it.
That is true.
Taking a look at the exact scores we saw, it was Brudge at the top of the scoreboard for XOB Enjoys at 700k. So Shylordy putting up a bigger 700k with a hidden modification actually, and 99% accuracy. So perhaps maybe making a roster change as well, as it was Tyrizzle on the Hard Rock down at sub 80% accuracy, although he was able to combo game it at 500 combo, but no, he will be in again today, hopefully getting a little bit better accuracy. Despite that big combo, he didn't even get 200k score thanks to the accuracy. But it does look like we'll be seeing largely the same rosters as last night. Brudge once again on the Nomad with Twisty and Kane Heartsteel on the double Hard Rocks, Baxter on the hidden, Or actually, no, this is a change from yesterday. It was Zooty Fangirl on the hidden, but today we see Kane Heartsteel coming in for the Hard Rock to double up with Twisty. On the other side, it's Shy loading once again on the hidden, looking for a repeat performance. Kevin on the Nomad, of course, big comfort there for him. Terizzle once again on the Hard Rock, already dropping early, but accuracy looking a lot better than yesterday. Perhaps fixing some offset or some issue of the sort. And Wonder Cute, Maggorithm on that other hidden to round out the roster. It is an early lead to the side of XLB and Jors as they are holding on mostly to their combos, but I believe a lot of that is coming from a ever so slight accuracy gap, especially with Grudge all the way up at the 99%. And Terizzle down at 92. But there goes Twisty and the King Baxter, the first two big combos to drop. Kevin also going to trade slightly earlier, but that does mean there's a slight lead to Dino Nuggies, but there goes Terizzle. And now it's all even, and there goes Wonder Cute.
Oh my goodness, it's only Shy Lordy holding on to the FC and Kevin with a small recovery combo versus Kane Heartsteel with basically a reverse choke on the Hard Rock and Barrage with the FC so far on the Nomad. What can they do in this last section?
This is a repeat of yesterday. It's Brudge against Shy Lordy in the 1v1 going into the ending of this map.
Nomad versus
The one difference between yesterday and today is we do not see Siguri in the lobby. It is Kane Heartsteel, and Kane Heartsteel is showing up big with his combo 600 into the ending, and his support might be the difference maker here. Still 100k, almost 150k score lead into the final section. Brudge and Shy Lordy still holding on. If everyone manages to hold, Kane Heartsteel will be the difference, as this score lead is not budging. In fact, it is moving in favor of XLB and Jors, despite the misses from King Baxter in the ending, as Wonder Cute is also trading him out. And Brudge
Kane finally going down at the last second. Brudge, almost maybe FC.
It's still a 100k score, and there's the ending. Brudge is gonna drop, but it doesn't matter. There was enough buffer built up. And Kane Heartsteel is the difference maker in the end. Despite Shy Lordy's FC, he's able to put up enough of a supporting combo, make the difference from yesterday to today. He will match Kevin's almost 600k. And Terizzle, once again, down in the dumps, 86% accuracy, although it is a big improvement over yesterday. It's not enough. And XLB and Jors find the first break point of this match, putting them on match point with their pick next. Dino Nuggies backed into a corner, not opting for the awkward aim, perhaps not feeling so good. And there's still 2 picks left on the board that look at least decent for XLB and Jors, perhaps 3 I would even say. The Hard Rock won, bit tapping heavy, and they lost by the smallest of margins to some heroics from Terizzle. And of course there is that Outlaws, the free mod 4, but they will be going for the Hard Rock 1 very quickly, not even taking a look at the DT1. Saying, Terizzle, no, you will not repeat your performance from yesterday. You are looking down in the dumps today. We are taking the tapping heavy elements of this map and running with it. This is the map they choose to close out this match. Match point for XLB and Jors, and what a better song. What a song. We couldn't have asked for a better one to try and close things out here. CS4 AR9 going to be going up to CS 5.2 AR10 and OD10 with that Hard Rock modification. To what will not be changing, however, is that 220 BPM and a length of 3 minutes and 49 seconds. XLB and Jors looking to put things away with this tapping heavy Hard Rock mechanics pick. Looking quite good on it yesterday, and they did even pick it, only losing out barely by a margin of 4,000 points to some heroics from Terizzle. Now, on the side of Dino Nuggies, there is some room for improvement as the Wizard, their tier 5, struggling a lot yesterday with only 192k and just 261 combo with 88% accuracy to boot. So lots of room for improvement over there, but Also on the side of XLB Enjoyers, 284k on Kane Heartsteel, and no scores over 500k to match Tyrizzle. Just some really solid overall team scores, but a lot of pressure is definitely lying on Tyrizzle to turn up the heroics once again. And we do have the players in the lobby for potentially the final time of this tournament. It's going to be Brudge, Kane Heartsteel, King Baxter, and Twisty up against Kevin, Tyrizzle, the Wizard, and Wonder Acute.
Here we go.
It is the same 8 players as last time. And here we go. Empty Pepperoncino Amenio Taiba. He will not be yapping away on a train of thought like last night. We are locked in on observing what is going on here, and it's going to be Tyrizzle and the Wizard first to break, trade out by Twisty, Wonder Acute, Kevin, and King Baxter. Just Kane Heartsteel and Brudge holding on at the end of that intro. There goes King Heartsteel as well, and everyone off to a rough start to this one.
Oh, that was a real miss. That was on the last slider. Brudge the only FC in the lobby still.
Yeah, Brudge putting
Nerves, I
some
bet,
real
are
heroics.
super bad right now. As this could potentially be the last map of the entire tournament. Brudge just holding on though. And the accuracy advantage on XLB Enjoyers is huge too.
That is a bit of an unfortunate brain fart from Kane Heartsteel.
Yeah, with everyone hovering at about 92 and 90 on Dino Nuggies end, everyone, Elgin, Kane Heartsteel, and XLB Enjoyers is 94 and above on accuracy.
Yep.
King
And
Baxter
this is-
does have a good recovery combo to help Brudge skyrocket the score though.
Yeah, and this is something that I didn't talk about in the intro to this map. Yesterday, the accuracies did not look great for Dino Nuggies. Tyrizzle alone up there at 94% yesterday, but everyone else 80%, 91%, and 88% for Wonder Acute, Kevin, and the Wizard. Meanwhile, XLB Enjoyer is looking really solid across the board. Everyone's solidly above 90% with King Baxter and Twisty even at around 95. Now we do see some misses here. Kane Heartsteel and King Baxter both dropping their big combos, and there are 2 solid recoveries on the side of Dino Nuggies. Kevin and Wonder Acute trying to keep their team's hopes alive up against this FC from Brudge. And
Brudge is going to have to hold
Twist.
on. Brudge is going to have to hold on against Kevin and Wonder Acute, both with amazing recovery combos. Twisty is there to help Brudge, but a miss could be extremely detrimental as, I mean, the gap is only 170k, but 170k can close in an instant.
Yeah, especially in team size 4 with combos as this, as big as these, waiting in the wings, waiting for the right moment to pounce. The moment you drop your
Slider breaking, no.
But there goes Wonder Acute to trade. It's just Kevin and Twist in the 1v1. No recoveries, combos in sight. And
Twisty with the high
Kevin,
attack too.
yeah, but Kevin has an ever so slightly bigger combo. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to overcome this act difference, as its scoreline is still teetering at a 160k lead for XLB Enjoyers. And there's
A
some
full lobby reset. It's just Kevin with the FC. He has to hold on. Is there enough map left? It might be. There might. I don't know if there. No, Kevin finally goes down. There's no way they
through
can bring
your
it back.
fingers as that note slips away from your cursor. It is all but over here in RTT7 Grand Finals, and XLB Enjoyers, winning in 7-4 fashion, are your RTT7 champions.
Well played. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Despite the struggles from half the lobby, it came down to the other half. Kevin, Brudge, Twisty, and Maggie Rillum, who we no longer see in our bottom right. And XLB Enjoyers
Be the winners of RTT7.
showing
Wow.
everyone what the best real snack is. Those Xiaolong Baos will be nice and toasty tonight as they will be celebrating their victory.
Wow, what a tournament! Like,
What a tournament. I'm very speechless there.
Yeah, same.
A lot of maps were so close. Anything could happen with like all of these matches, you know. Very just pure nerves and nails, you know.
Yeah,
So we
seriously.
will be just holding it off though, coming up from loser's bracket, being able to just capitalize on that tapping advantage and just being able to play, you know, those alt maps and just beat the team here. I don't know, guys. GG's.
GG.
And what an
Like,
incredible tournament. Thank you, Aika, our pooler and host, and, you know, all the other refs and casters that have popped up, and all the streamers and everyone who's been playing this entire tournament.
yes, thank you to everyone, and as you already said, thank you Arcania for hosting this tournament. Thank you Mouse Supremacy, thank you Bless for helping me on the cast so I could focus on the stream and the ref. But there were so many moments where I wanted to chime in, but y'all were locked. But great job everyone, especially the players. Congratulations XLB enjoyers. You will be taking Grand Finals home.
And as we let XLB enjoyers sort of rest and enjoy their limelight that they have finally earned at last, I would like to extend the biggest thanks to all of you, all 96 of you players who participated in this tournament, for helping make it happen. And of course, the countless other staff members that we can't list off. There's too many to count.
Truly, there was a lot of new blood, including me and Bless, and I believe Atara too,
Yes.
in these, you know, staffing roles.
And also, finally, last but not least, you, yes, you in the chat, thank you for watching and enjoying our show that we are, of course, always so happy to put on for you guys.
Absolutely.
It's a community tournament built on passion, and perhaps I'm speaking a bit out of turn in place of Icania, but that man has put in so many hours in his turn to make it happen. I'm just glad that we can all enjoy it, every last one of us.
Yeah, man, it's such a
but-
good time. Thank you, Arcania.
For now, that's going to be it for us on the desk and on the show. This being, of course, the last broadcast of RTT7. The next tournament we'll be seeing for us Americans only, I believe, will be H3 American Intermediate Dual Showdown. And of course, after that, we have 5 USC 2026 waiting in the wings for the summer.
Don't we have Thug
course.
Finals? Is that... I
forgot
don't
about
know.
that.
Thug Finals.
Huh.
Is that
I
gonna
actually
happen?
don't know, but maybe this is... Okay, so then maybe this isn't the final stream we'll have for you guys. Keep an eye out in some sort of announcements channels and all the other channels in the server for that. But for me, myself, and the rest of us, that has been all. Mouse Supremacy, Atara, do you have any final closing words?
No, that's gonna do
No
it.
closing words. Good night.
All right,
Good night,
thank you
everyone.
very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.